who bravely acted in the interest of our nation's freedom and security. His determination and sacrifice led to the acquisition of valuable information that helped counter the threat from the Eastern Bloc. In early 1970s, driven by patriotism and a vision for a better future, Kukliński decided to work with U.S. intelligence. His actions, often fraught with risk, gave Poland a chance to avoid the worst consequences of the conflict. This is why later, General Ryszard Kukliński was awarded the CIA Medal for his exceptional bravery and contribution to the fight for freedom. Today, in honor of his legacy, the Jack Strong Foundation was established. The foundation's aim is not only to commemorate Kukliński's achievements, but also to support efforts towards education, patriotism, and international integration. Thanks to its initiatives, new generations can learn about Poland's history and understand the values for which the general fought. We encourage everyone to support the Jack Strong Foundation. Every contribution, no matter how small, helps in fulfilling its mission. Let's work together to build a future founded on knowledge, freedom, and unity. Thank you for your attention and support.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Jack Strong Award ceremony. Welcome to the afternoon of the second day of the Warsaw Security Forum, and what an event this has been. We've had so many tremendous guests, so many important figures of international politics, of international security, key people in Europe, key people from the United States, which is extremely important for everyone here at the Pulaski Foundation, because as I'm sure all of you know, the transatlantic relation lies at the very, very heart of what we believe in very truly at the Pulaski Foundation, what we have been working towards for many, many years. My name is Marcin Burzański. I'm a senior advisor at the foundation and very happy to be coming here. I'm in Brussels these days, but I'm always back in Warsaw for the Warsaw Security Forum. And I have the great, great privilege for the second time to open and moderate this ceremony, which is very, very special to me because of the great message that it brings. Let me tell you a few words about the Jack Strong Foundation. So many of you might have heard Jack Strong. What is it about? Who is the person behind this? Well, Jack Strong was the synonym of General Ryszard Kukliński. Who was General Ryszard Kukliński? Well, if any of you don't know him, and I think most of you have heard of him, he was probably one of the most incredible, bravest warriors during the Cold War that helped to tear down the walls of the Soviet Union. He was quoted several times by US leaders, by President Reagan, by leaders of the Central Intelligence Agency as the most valuable and engaged person who delivered information to protect Poland, to protect Polish citizens from being the victims of a potential nuclear attack or a potential full-scale invasion that the Russians have been planning. And this was instrumental in Reagan increasing his work, his political engagement, his work with allies in Europe and NATO to really put the pressure down, to increase the pressure, and what we've seen in the 80s leading to our freedom today. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a very important lesson to remember, because today we're facing a similar challenge. We have to step up again to the Russian oppressiveness, imperialism, and in Poland, we know this very, very, very well. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jack Strong Foundation is also close to my heart, because as a sailor, it's related to a ship. Ryszard Kukliński was a sailor, and he sailed on a beautiful wooden ship, and many people don't know this, but he organized with his buddies in the Polish military, the planners, sailing around the coast of Europe. And when he sailed to the Netherlands, he went to do shopping for his wife, and this is how he contacted the US representatives, diplomatic representatives, how he opened the channels. And he continued this communication under incredible situations. I mean, this is craft at the top of you can imagine, risking his family, risking his life. And he did it very, very successfully. Now, his yacht is now being rebuilt by the Jack Strong Foundation to be a testament to the values that stood behind General Kukliński, to show young people from Poland, from Europe, from the US, to bring them up, take them on different cruises and learn about responsibility, about being brave, about looking at your own future, about care for society, about the values that should underpin the transatlantic relation. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, something that the Jack Strong Foundation has at its core. And in order to promote this vision, to promote those values, together with the Pulaski Foundation, it established last year the Jack Strong Award to people, to individuals, to true leaders which exemplify those values. Before I conclude my opening, I'd like to recognize that we have with us in the room the first recipient of the award from last year, General Ben Hodges. It's a great, great pleasure. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a truly remarkable person who will receive the award this year. I will introduce, and it's a great honor and pleasure for me, to tell you that the award will be given to Madam Ambassador Georgette Mosbacher, who is a tremendous friend of Poland and has done so much, but there are people who will tell you about this who know so much more than I. But in order to do that, first I'd really like to ask you for the first round of applause and to invite Ambassador Georgette Mosbacher to the stage. Ambassador, please join us. Ladies and gentlemen, we fought long who would be the best person to deliver the laudation, to tell us why Ambassador Georgette Mosbacher has been chosen as a recipient of the award. And we did call up President Trump. He wasn't available to fly in. We're very, very sorry. But we thought that it would be actually best coming from a close friend who knows your work so well, what you've done in Poland. And for that, I'd like to invite to the stage a member of the award committee of the Jack Strong Award, Jack Strong Foundation Award, and now I think former chairman, but now a board member of the Polish-American Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Tony Hausch. Tony, please join us to give the laudation. Thank you very much.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's lovely to see you all here, and for such a great occasion. A year ago, we were here, and it was a great pleasure for the awards committee to recognize General Ben Hodges, and it's tremendous to see Ben here in the room. We don't have another one for you this year, though, Ben, but maybe next year. But it is tremendous to see you all here, and I am delighted to have a chance to say just a few words about my friend, Georgette Mosbacher. I met Georgette when she arrived in Poland, and we had a pleasant conversation, I think, for about a minute, and then she said, let's get to business. And she had an agenda of things that needed to be done, and I think we managed to accomplish quite a few of those during your tenure here. But I think it's important when we look at the tenure that Georgette had here in Poland. Not only did she come as Europe, as Poland, we're looking at this new type of American president, wondering what would happen, what the relationships would be. And I think Georgette came in and she said, first and foremost, the U.S.-Poland relationship is vital to our transatlantic partnership to European security, and she worked on that every single day that she was here and has continued to do so since then. But I just wanted to mention a couple of things that would make any ambassador's record very proud. Poland entered the visa waiver program under Ambassador Mosbacher's leadership. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Treaty was signed. The initial agreements on civilian nuclear power were signed. As was mentioned, 5 Corps was stood up in Poznan here with the forward headquarters here. Additional commitment to the rotation of U.S. troops, defense modernization sales, support for a whole range of American businesses here that are making contributions to the economy, and Georgette brought tireless energy to that. And following the completion of her tenure here in Warsaw, she's continued to be involved in U.S.-Poland relations. I have the great pleasure of working with her as well through the Atlantic Council. She is a tremendous voice for U.S. support for the 3 Cs initiatives and for many of the activities that the Council does here, and then be able to partner with great organizations like the Pulaski Foundation and, of course, the Jack Strong Foundation. So it's a complete pleasure to be here tonight and be able to say a few words about Georgette. But most importantly, I think any of you who've ever met Ambassador Mosbacher know that she's straight talking, but she does things, and she does things with passion, and she brings that passion to the U.S.-Poland relationship. And I think that our relationship and our 2 countries' ability to deal with the challenges ahead are stronger because we have voices and hearts like Georgette's. Georgette? Not yet. I just wanted to say, but now I would, I think with Marcin, and I think to ask the members of the awards committee to join us on stage. Is that the right step next?
Yes, it is. Let me introduce them as well, and you can stay here, Tony, already with us. I'll ask the members of the award committee. Please, Zbigniew Pisarski, president of the Kazimierz Pulaski Foundation. I have Tony here, but you're already with us. Adam Sobczak, who's a very famous Polish entrepreneur, also one of the founders of Jack Strong Foundation. Adam, great to be with us. I might add that Adam has created the biggest charitable giving website in Poland as a side project.
7 million participants.
We do have also with us Dariusz Pokrawski, who's also a businessman and on the committee of the foundation and a major donor. And finally, Leszek Pochroń-Frankowski, who's the president of the Jack Strong Foundation. Please join us all on stage. And maybe pass to Tony. Ambassador, now we'll invite you, please.
Georgette, on behalf of the awards committee from the Jack Strong Foundation, this is the 2025 Jack Strong Award, and it is for exceptional people who make exceptional contributions, and it is our great pleasure to present this to you.
Thank you. Congratulations, Ambassador.
First of all, I have to say, for me, to get this award after a true American hero, General Hodges, got this award last year, and for me to get it this year, following truly a great American hero. General, I'm honored to follow you in this moment. I've got some remarks here, but I've just got to see if I can get through them. First of all, I want to thank the Jack Strong Foundation and the Pulaski Foundation very much for this, this award. And to all of you who are here to share this with me, I thank you. In fact, I'm not going to do my notes. I'm going to say that I first read the book, Jack Strong, good 15 years ago. And then I saw the movie, think it was 2014. And in all due respect, that movie doesn't do him true justice. This man for 10 years put his life on the line every single day. He brought down the Iron Curtain, and that's not an exaggeration. Ronald Reagan told everyone that. Star Wars was created because of the intel that General Kukliński gave him. For me to tell you that my time in Warsaw was the highlight of my life. The Polish people welcomed me. You know, there's so many places in Europe that they beat up Americans, but not here. You all embraced me, and Poland's in my heart. I have to say that everything we were able to accomplish, I have to thank President Trump, because he said, go do the job. And he said, Poland is our most important ally. It is the eastern flank of NATO. And he knew. And I came here and worked with these so many incredible people, and that supported me and made it possible for me to do all that we've done here. And today, if you had told me when I left that there would be a war in Ukraine, when I put up the 5th Corps headquarters, General, did the Defense Cooperation Agreement, the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life, I would not have believed you. It's the 21st century, 2025, and to see people dying, being killed, and property demolished. But the reason democracy will continue is because there are people like General Kukliński that don't know where they come from, but they rise to the occasion in a way that even our imaginations. When I tell you that every day for 10 years, he didn't know. He would wake up in the morning, would that be the day that he'd be caught and killed? He barely made it out. And then the rest of the story about his 2 sons is a sad story, tragic. So he really did. When it comes to Central Eastern Europe, when it comes to Poland's freedom, Jack Strong was responsible for making that happen. For me to get this award in his name is far, far beyond my contribution. I'm honored, I'm humbled by this, and I cherish this, and I thank you all for making this possible. A moment I will never forget. To all of you who are here to share it with me, thank you. And there's no getting rid of me, because I love Poland, and I will continue to do everything I can to make sure that our relationship stays strong and that Poland stays free. Thank you. That's how we do it in America, okay? I mean, we are not, we're one of the most giving countries. We have a history. It's in, I think, it's in our DNA that we are very generous, and there's no better than to show young people what true heroism is with what you're doing, restoring that vote.
Thank you.
And I just asked, I get to have a ride on it.
Thank you, Madam.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you very much for coming and staying with us for this important ceremony. And another round of applause for Ambassador.